Hello everybody, I am back with another very long overdue video for you guys. And today is going to be a really short video. Basically, I'm just going to be doing a quick shout out to two podcasts that were kind enough to have me on as a guest. And the first one being the United Gamedom podcast. And the one of the co-hosts is a very well-known gamer here on YouTube, at least in my opinion. If you haven't checked his channel out, you really should. He's a really funny guy, and he knows how to rant about games better than anyone I know. And that is Darrow M85, Darren, as he is known. That is his first name. He's an Irish gamer with a really cool accent. But yes, he had me on his podcast with Derek, who also lives here in the States, and Dennis, who lives in Canada. So I really want to just thank them for having me on. I really did enjoy my time on with you guys. And their podcast is so awesome because they really focus on news. So, you know, if you need some news updates about games and just other things in the entertainment realm of things, definitely check them out. And, you know, they do other segments too, like games they've been playing recently, TV shows they've kind of been watching and stuff. So it's really interesting, great group of guys, really great chemistry in the podcast, and I just want to thank them for having me on. I want to shout out their podcast so that you guys as well can enjoy that podcast as well. And the other group of guys are really young guys like myself, actually younger than I am, and that is Zach, ZRPG, as he's known here on YouTube, and ZRPG Revamped on the Pete's Game Room forum. And that's kind of how I met Zach, was on Pete's Game Room forum. And if you aren't a user on there or any yet, I welcome you guys to definitely create an account and go post over there because it's a lot of fun. But Zach and Cole, the annoying Navi, as he's known on the Pete's Game Room forum as well, those two guys had me on their podcast as well. Unfortunately, Cole couldn't make it that night because they actually had me on a weekend when they typically record during a weekday. But because of my work schedule, I wasn't able to join them during the week. So I did join them on the weekend. And it was a really fun podcast because we basically, another guy had joined us who was in the midst of playing Tales of Vesperia at the time. And Zach had already beaten Tales of Vesperia, and I was in the process of playing it at that time too. So it was a long podcast full of Tales of Vesperia discussion. So in my next back vlog video, I'm actually not going to speak about Tales of Vesperia. I'm going to save that for that podcast episode. I encourage you guys to go listen to not only that, but their other episodes as well, because they too have a really great podcast. They always have some really great guests from the Pete's Game Room forum. They've also had Ben Rowland, or Roland, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name, from the Rad Rascals podcast on there. X, Love and Rage X, Mark, he's always a really great guy. Fellow Kingdom Hearts and Comic Boy fan. So yeah, it's a really interesting podcast. They do some really interesting and unique segments too as well. They do some like kind of Nintendo related games. They each like recommend a kind of a hidden gem. As of course news, games they've been playing, and all that good stuff. So great time. I really had a lot of fun joining you on there, Zach. And Chrono Link 9 from Pete's Game Room forum joined us as well. So it was a good time. And a lot of great Tales of Vesperia discussion. And we avoided spoilers, I believe, for the most part. So if you haven't played the game yet, or even if you have, again, I encourage you guys to go listen to that episode, as well as their other episodes as well. So all of the links to all of this stuff that I've been discussing here will be in the bottom of this video in the description. The United Gamedom podcast, Darrow M85, his channel, of course, will be posted below. Zach's channel and his podcast as well. I encourage you guys to check out all of their stuff. Really great stuff that deserves your attention, quite simply. So that's all I had for you guys for this quick episode. But I do want to do my back vlog episode 2, and I'm going to be recording that right after this. And I will have that up later today as well. So I want you guys to look forward to that because it's going to be a discussion on the Walking Dead game. Basically entirely about that game, and I'm going to share my statistics, my decisions, and I want you guys to share with me your decisions and how we differ and, you know, the similarities in our decisions, because it's so interesting to kind of, I think, compare what other people chose to do as opposed to what maybe you chose to do, because that game definitely gave you a lot of freedom and choice to kind of play the game how you wanted to. So I think that's really cool. And I hope you guys look forward to that. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please check out the channels and podcasts that I've recommended. And I want to thank them again for graciously having me on as a guest. Thanks for watching, guys.